academic Aminul Karim and his team. Actually, I know Aminul Karim for the last, it may be difficult for you to know that. I know Aminul Karim for the last 50 years, 52. Actually, I have a hypothesis that if we have more Aminul Karims, the world would be a better place. All right, so I hope I can keep my own time limit. So, why are you here? It's a very basic question. We're here to show solidarity with the Rohingya people. Some people may think they are strangers, they're outsiders. Well, they are human beings. We are here to show this solidarity not because they're Muslim on 71. We are in the same position. 10 million people have to flee from this part of the world. So we know the condition of a refugee. Under what conditions some people, they're forced to leave their own homeland. So there are two challenges, as mentioned here, humanitarian challenge and the challenge of repatriation. Well, I'll be very brief. To feed and provide shelter to 1 million Rohingya people, roughly we need $1 billion per year. Is that a big amount of money for the whole world? I don't believe that. Can anybody guess how much is spent every year on million refugees today in the world? And about 68.5 million people who are displaced forcibly. That's more than enough. So there is an excuse why the world cannot support the Rohingya refugees. It's part of, I know the refugee population is increasing, but still, I think the humanitarian support currently is not adequate. And I'll give you another example why the world sometimes is selective in terms of response. Possibly many of you remember the name of a boy, Syrian refugee, whose dead body was lying on the beach of Turkey, Alan Kurdi. There was another toddler, Rohingya toddler, only 16-month-old, lying dead on Naf River. How come the world community almost forgot the name of that Rohingya toddler? Mohammad Shohayat. Alan Kurdi, his condition drew worldwide attention. But for a Rohingya boy, the attention was quite limited. I don't have the answer to that. Why this asymmetry or selective response? Now, how about the other challenge? The question of repatriation. As an academic, I don't have any illusion. What kind of regime is there in Myanmar? Basically, it's a neo-Nazi regime. Can you expect that it will voluntarily take back Rohingyas with full honor, dignity, and citizenship? Well, most likely not. But then the world community will have to put enough pressure, which is lacking today. You have some sanctions imposed by behave properly and respect all kinds of international conventions. There is no shortage of international conventions. I'll just mention one. I think in 2005, maybe Mr. Hossain will know better. In 2005, there was a resolution, United Nations resolution, regarding prevention of genocide and responsibility to protect human rights. And as far as I know, Myanmar was a signatory to that. So it has flouted all sorts of international conventions. And there is no way you will take back unless there is enough pressure. And maybe later on we'll talk about that. What can the international community do? What we can do so that the Rohingyas can go back to their homeland with honor and dignity. Now, we visited the camps actually last month, and we have some observations from that trip. I will only focus on 2 or 3 things. So important facts, I think we have learning centers, but these centers cover less than 50% of Rohingya children who are below the age of 14. How about the children over the age of 14? So the current policy of the government, maybe slowly the Bangladesh government would allow access to education for children over the age of 14. Now, from what we heard from our trip, most of the teachers in these learning centers are Bangladeshis. So I'm sure Rohingya people can be recruited to